Hi guys, I can't even believe this. It's our last two letters in the alphabet that we're going to do. Y and Z. Okay, Y for yo-yo. So capital letter Y and lowercase letter y are pretty similar, right? They look kind of the same except the capital Y is bigger than the lowercase y. So capital Y kind of starts out like a U, right? So it starts up at the top and it goes down and up, and then it goes back in the basement. It makes a loop and it comes back around. All right, so let's try that. We're going to start at the top. We're going to go down, up, just like a U, and we're going to come back down. Now we're going to make a loop and go back up to the dotted line. So it's down, all the way back up to the top, trace that line back down into the basement, loop, and go back up to the dotted line. Down, up, down, into the basement, loop, and back up. Down, up, down, into the basement, loop, and back up. This one's pretty easy, right? Let's see if we could do it together. Here we go. Down, up, down, into the basement, loop, and back up. Okay, now our lowercase y's are very similar, except they start on the bottom. And just like a U, it goes up, down, and now it's going to go into the basement and make that same loop and come back up to the dotted line. So it's up, down, loop, up. Up, down, loop, up. Up, down, loop, up. Go ahead and you try it. Okay, now we'll do our capitals, excuse me, and our lowercase. So capital, down, into the basement, loop, and back up. And lowercase is up, down, loop, and up. Okay, so we have a couple of people's names that have Y's in them, starting with Evans. So Evans has a capital Y because his name begins with that. So we'll do Evans' name up here. So Evans has a capital Y. Okay, and now I'm going to go up. Now his next letter is a V. There's my V. Now I'm going to make an E. N has two bumps and an S at the end. There's Evans' name. Okay. Who else has a Y in their name? Diana M and Diana G both have Y's in their names. Let's try their names. Okay, so we'll try Diana G first. And Diana G is capital letter D. And now she has a Y, so I'm going to start on the bottom, up, loop, D-Y. A is her next letter. Then she has an N. Then she has another A. That's Diana G. Diana M has an A after her D. So here's Diana M's name. Capital D, just like we just did. And now she has an A next. A. And now we're going to do a Y. Another A. An N. And another A. So Diana G doesn't have this A here like Diana M does. So after that, their letters are the same, but they both have Y. So Evans, Diana G, and Diana M. All right, let's try our last letter. Z for zebra. The Z in script looks pretty different than the Z in print, doesn't it? So this one is a little bit tricky. Okay, I want you to watch how I do this. The first thing that I do is I start right here on the dotted line. So I'm going to start on the dotted line and I'm going to go up and loop around. Now I'm going to go back down to the bottom line. I'm going to trace back up to the dotted line, make another bump like that. Then I'm going to go into the basement and I'm going to make a loop and come back up. Okay, so watch again because this one is tricky. We start on the dotted line. I'm going to go up to the top line, all the way back down to the bottom, back up to the dotted line. Now I'm going to go into the basement, loop, and come back up. Okay? Start on the dotted line, go up, down to the bottom, up back to the dotted line, into the basement, loop, and go back up again. Ooh, I'm outside doing this today, and it's very windy. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, one more. So we start on the dotted line, up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the dotted, into the basement, loop, and come back up. Okay, the lowercase z is exactly the same as that, except it starts down here on the bottom. So we start on the bottom line, we go up to the dotted line, down, and then we make a loop, another bump halfway, down into the basement and loop. So the two bumps are not the same height. So see, the first one goes up to the dotted line, but the second one is a little bit below that. You see that here? The first one goes to the dotted line, but the second one is below that. So we make one bump to the dotted line, back down, another bump halfway, into the basement and loop. Bump to the dotted line, halfway, into the basement and loop. Okay, and so now we'll try the capital. So capital again, starts on the dotted line, up to the top, down to the bottom, up back to the dotted line, into the basement, loop. Lowercase starts on the bottom, up to the dotted line, down halfway, into the basement, loop, and go up. Okay, so let's see. I have a list here of whose names that we have to do. Oh, so we did Ryan, and we did Diana and Diana. Oh, I know someone that does have an X in their name. Yolixa has an X in her name. So Yolixa's name, she starts with a Y. So there's my Y. E, L, I, T, and now here's her X. Oop. There's her X, and her name ends with an A. And now I cross the T and dot the I. There's Yolixa. Oh my goodness, I just spelled Yolixa's name wrong. I spelled Yolixa's name wrong. She has an X in her name, not a Z. I'm going to cross this out. I don't know what I was thinking there. Oops, I'm sorry, Yolixa. Yolixa has an X, silly Mrs. Grunsky. Y, E, L, I, T, X, A. Yolixa. And who else did I have over here? Look at that. I wrote even Yolixa's name here with an X and still made a mistake. Kaylee. Kaylee has a Y in her name. So let's try Kaylee's name. Where can I have room for Kaylee's? How about right over here? Kaylee. K, A, Y, L, E, E. Kaylee. Am I missing anyone? I did Kaylee, Yolixa, Diana. Oh, Ryan. Ryan has a Y in his name. We didn't do Ryan here, right? Nope. Ryan has a Y in his name. Let's try Ryan's name. I think I have some room right over here for Ryan. His name is short. R, Y, A, N. Ryan. Okay, so I think we got everybody. If I left your name out, let me know, and we'll practice writing it. So do your X's, do your Y's and your Z's, and then tomorrow we're going to work on some of the words in our book, and then you can practice the rest of them on your own. Okay, happy writing.